What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are backing in with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be against TheKillerNacho, a name some of you guys are probably familiar with because he's also a Poketuber who posts Pokemon battle content, so if you are interested in that kind of thing, a link to Nacho's channel will be in the description below. I recommend his channel. He's pretty good content. Now, Nacho and I are having a rarely used battle today, as we're supposed to throw together some fun teams, but Nacho's team looks a little more threatening than mine does. He has Rotom Heat, Cresselia, Alolan Golem, Gligar, Kingdra, and Shiinotic. So he has some fun Pokemon on there, but the big threats, in my opinion, are the Rotom Heat, the Gligar, and the Cresselia. I don't really have much to contest those picks, as I have Shaman, Kadabra, Aerodactyl, Garbodor, Alolan Golem, and Doublade, so a pretty fun team on my part as well. Shaman's a little bit try hard and RU, but I really wanted to use Shaman and see what it looked like on the beautiful Citra. So I'm expecting the Alolan Golem to want to lead off, so I lead off with my Shaman. Just a hunch, and I got it right, so Nacho's going to want to switch out immediately, and he's going to bring in his Rotom Heat, and unfortunately, I don't really have anything to contest this thing, because my only electric and fire resist on my team is my Alolan Golem. And needless to say, Alolan Golem is not going to appreciate a stab Rotom Heat's overheat, so I'm pretty much forced to switch out of here, because I don't want to tank an overheat, so I'm going to bring in my Vids here, mainly as death fodder, honestly, as he's just going to go for the Volt Switch on out of here, as now he's going to bring in his Alolan Golem, and I'm a little bit afraid of this thing. I figured he'd just lay up Stealth Rock, so I want to break his Sturdy if he had it. I don't even think Alolan Golem gets Sturdy. Maybe it does. I don't even remember. But yeah, Alolan Golem is going to get the Rock Polish up. I was like, oh crap, I didn't realize he was a Rock Polish variant, but I also have a Rock Polish Alolan Golem, so I guess it's not too out of the ordinary. But yeah, Alolan Golem is going to go for the Earthquake onto my Garbodor, and unfortunately, it can't take the heat, as down goes my Vids, but not too big of a deal. I'm just going to bring in my PSI here, my Kadabra, and thankfully we're actually able to outspeed the Golem and knock him out with the Psychic. I didn't think I'd outspeed him at +2 speed, but he must be adamant or something and not jolly. But yeah, good job, Kadabra. Now in comes Cresselia. Now I really don't have anything on my team to touch this thing because my team does not have many hard hitters, as you've noticed. Like Kadabra is pretty much the hardest hitting Pokemon I had on my team. So I'm gonna go for the Taunt, expecting the Calm Mind or like the Screens or like, Thunder Wave or something. So now gonna bring in my Doublade here, and the Cresselia is gonna go for Ice Beam. I'm praying they doesn't freeze me, and thankfully my Doublade does not get frozen. Now the Doublade is pretty much my only shot of really beating this Cresselia, so I gotta keep it healthy enough to deal with the Cresselia. So I have to keep that in mind. So I'm expecting the Gligar to want to come out of here. So I'm gonna double switch, bring in my Shaman onto the Gligar, as I really can't touch Gligar either, because if it is Spadef spread, which from the Seed Flare damage, as you'll see, it looks like it's a Spadef spread Gligar, though I could be wrong in that assumption. But yeah, he's gonna decide to lay up a Stealth Rocks here. Nicely done. Stealth Rocks just putting on pressure on my switches. Good play. I didn't really get the opportunity to lay up Stealth Rocks yet because he just had, I guess I could have, honestly, but it's on my Alolan Golem and I didn't really get a chance to bring it in. But yeah, my Shaman got a nice Spadef trap on the Gligar. Gonna go for a Seed Flare, get a nice Spadef trap on the Crest as well. So I'm like, yes, keep it coming, Shaman. This is like my only shot of really beating the Cresselia, as either with a lucky shot with Shaman or Doublade. Otherwise, the thing 6-0s my team pretty much. So keeping that in mind, I'm hoping that does not happen. Now he's going to decide to bring in Shiinotic here to pivot into the Seed Flare, as I'm going to go for Seed Flare onto the Shiny Shiinotic, which, by the way, Shiny Shiinotic looks really ugly in my opinion. I don't know, just like that yellow is like, ugh, kind of looks like someone peed on it. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that one, Nacho. I don't know if I agree with your shiny choice. Anyway, gonna switch out my Shaman here and bring in my Riley here, my Aerodactyl, hoping that he does not go for the Spore and goes for like Moonblast or something, but he does actually end up carrying the Protect, but that's fine. Now I wanted to save my Flying Z move on my Aerodactyl for later on for like the Cresselia, because like I said, knocking out that Cresselia is going to be a pain in the ass for my team. So yeah, my Aerodactyl is going to go for the Z move here, get cloaked into the Z energy, and go for Supersonic Sky Strike, get that nice stab flying into Aerodactyl's kit. I figured may as well run it on the Aerodactyl for fun. Gonna go for Supersonic Sky Strike, and that should knock out the Shiinotic thankfully. So down goes Shiinotic, and that thing's dead, but now he's gonna bring in the Scarf Rotom Heat again, and I'm like, god damn it, Aerodactyl, maybe you can outspeed, but Scarf Rotom's too fast for Aerodactyl, so unfortunately down goes my Aerodactyl. Like I said, I didn't really have much for Rotom Heat. I actually don't have much for a lot of stuff on Nacho's team, like the Gligar that comes in. I literally cannot touch it with anything on my team. I'm going to bring in my Kadabra here and hope I can counter him. But he actually ends up roosting, even though I revealed Taunt already, so that was kind of interesting. I didn't think he'd actually do that. So I go for counter, reveal that I have it, and I'm like, shit. But maybe he'll go for it again, as he does, and he misses the Rock Slide. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That was my only shot of actually killing the Gligar, and it just, the only scenario where a move missing actually benefits the opponent. It was there, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Okay. So now I've realized, I'm like, Nacho's probably going to want to switch into Cresselia, so I double into my Deblade. I'm like, alright. We're outplaying him. We're going to get that nice offensive momentum with my Deblade. But his Cresselia ends up being offensive with Hidden Power Fire, so I'm like, oh. So, yeah, I guess my Pokemon that I thought countered this Cresselia really doesn't. And I'm like, okay, if he's offensive Cresselia, maybe that means that +2, my Adamant Max Attack to Blade should be able to knock out this Cresselia at that range of HP. So I'm going to go for Shadow Sneak here. Hope I can knock out this monster. But Cresselia just lives on, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And my Blade is going to go down to the Hidden Power Fire. Unfortunate, I thought that my counter was actually a counter, but Hidden Power Fire said otherwise. And yeah, Cresselia, a little bit annoying, but not too much I could do about that. I'm just going to bring in my Shaman here, and I'm pretty sure that Shaman Seed Flare should be able to knock out Crest from this range. Granted that I hit, as thankfully the adorable Shaman is going to knock out the Cresselia with the Seed Flare. Nice Gen 4 legendaries duking it out here. And Shaman's got to be one of my favorite legendaries of all time. Like, it just looks so adorable, and it's like, I don't know, I think its design's pretty cool too for just a little fluff of green, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to bring in my Alolan Golem here, my Charger, expecting the Overheat now, as he does actually go for the Overheat. Now, I should be able to tank 2 of these, but unfortunately, Nacho crits me, and if he didn't get the crit on me, I would have been able to set up my Stealth Rocks or something, or gotten off an offensive move, but not too big of a deal. Overheat's just going to knock out my Alolan Golem. I was hoping that he didn't crit me, but it really didn't change the outcome of the battle, because he has a Gligar that pretty much just walls Alolan Golem like 10 times overboard. So now I'm going to bring in my Kadabra here, and I know he outspeeds me, but he's at like -4, so he's going to choose to bring in his Gligar, preserve his Rotom Heat, because he knows that it just wins in the game. Going to go for a nice Stab Psychic, almost knock him out, and now I already know I've shown counter already, so I'm just going to go for some Psychics here, just hope I can knock him out. But the Gligar must be a Spadef spread or something, because he's just taking nothing from my Stab Psychics. And yet Rock Slide's going to bring me down to half HP. I'm sure that if I countered him at that HP I had, I would have brought him really low, enough that Psychic would have knocked him out. But I know the game is over at that point, because Rotom Heat just wins, so I decided to forfeit the battle, save you guys a couple of turns of waiting. So I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. If you guys did, I really would appreciate if you hit the like button, as it's much appreciated, and definitely check out the TheKillerNacho's channel. His link will be in the description below, and his side of the battle will be on the end screen at the ending of the video. Now, the question of the day is going to be, who is your favorite Poketuber? Now, my favorite Poketubers have got to be Relisify, Pyrotaz, and Pokegame. I think they're both phenomenal Pokemon YouTubers that I have a lot of skill in the game, and have spent a lot of time and effort into their videos, and I think they deserve where they are at, and I really love their content, and I'm always like, every time, usually when people post like hour-long videos, you can't sit through them, but for them, it just feels like their videos aren't long enough. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll check you guys in my next video. Alright? Peace.